there was a group of individuals who would be sent on the highways and on the roads to make sure that they would remove all of the stones, they would fill in all of the holes so that the king's chariot could come on the road easily and smoothly. So that's what this means. Prepare the way of the Lord, make His paths straight. In other words, prepare the way for the coming of the Messiah. Notice Luke chapter 1, verses 16 and 17. Luke 1, 16 and 17. Speaking about John the Baptist, this is before his birth. And he will turn many of the children of Israel to the Lord their God. Isn't that interesting that he would turn the children of Israel to their God? That must mean that they went astray from their God, right? And notice that his mission is not with the world. His mission is with the church. His mission is with those who claim to serve God. And so it says, and he will turn many of the children of Israel to the Lord their God. He will also go before him. That is, John the Baptist would go before the Messiah in the spirit and power of Elijah to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children. And notice, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just. In other words, to turn around the disobedient so that they would follow the wisdom of the just. And notice the ultimate purpose, to make what? Ready a people prepared for the Lord. What was the role of John the Baptist? It was to prepare a people to receive the Messiah who was about to come, so that they would be ready to receive the kingdom. By the way, do you know that John the Baptist was not an innovator? He did not bring new truth, and we're going to look at this in a few moments more extensively. He actually was a great restorer. Notice what we find in Matthew chapter 17 and verses 11 through 13. Matthew 17, 11 to 13. John the Baptist was not raised up to bring revolutionary new truths, new doctrines. He was brought to restore that which had been torn down. And by the way, that's why the New Testament calls him Elijah. You remember in the Old Testament what Elijah did when he went to the top of Mount Carmel? It says that he took the stones of the altar of the Lord that were laying all over the place, and he rebuilt, or he restored the altar of the Lord. In other words, he restored true worship to God. Notice what it says there in verse 11. Jesus answered and said to them, indeed, Elijah is coming first, and will what? Will restore all things. But I say to you, Elijah has come already, and they did not know him. That means that they rejected him, by the way. They did not know him, but did to him whatever they wished. In other words, they mistreated him. Now notice this. It continues saying, likewise, the Son of Man is also about to suffer at their hands. See, the Messiah is going to suffer at their hands just like John the Baptist suffered at their hands. And so it continues saying, then the disciples understood that he spoke to them of whom? He spoke to them of John the Baptist. Now folks, this verse is telling us that if they rejected the forerunner, they would also reject the Messiah. If you reject he who prepares the way for the coming of the Messiah, you will eventually also reject the Messiah. Because the word likewise is used. Likewise, the Son of Man is also about to suffer at their hands. Now let's notice something else interesting about John the Baptist. John the Baptist was actually more than a prophet. He was not the prophet, he was more than a prophet. Notice Luke chapter 7 and verse 26. Luke 7 and verse 26. Here Jesus is speaking and he says, but what did you go out to see? A prophet? Yes, I say to you, and more than a prophet.